Hello everyone, it's me, Psychic Medium Natasha, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, then hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm actually dedicating this video specifically for my people who have menstrual cycles and uteruses, so we're going to be talking about menstrual cups. If you already know from the title of this video and what I'm saying right now that you are not interested in learning about this or talking about this or hearing about this, or maybe it doesn't apply to you, then I don't suggest watching this video. It is different from my other content, but I felt that I wanted to get this message out here. This video is not in any way sponsored. I just genuinely wanted to talk about this to my audience so that whoever could find help of this video will come to it. But that being said, this video is not for everyone. We are going to be talking about menstrual cups. So if this does not apply to you or you are not interested in watching this, then please stop watching and click off this video. But for those who are still interested, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, you guys, so I can have your support and that you guys will never miss out on my free content. So that being said, let's move right on into the video. Okay, so I first want to say that when I first started with menstrual cups, it was because I wanted to find a different alternative than just the traditional pads and tampons. There was a few different reasons why I decided to start this journey, but to be simplistic about it and long story short, I didn't like the fact that I was constantly throwing money into traditional pads and tampons. I felt like I was wasting a lot of money, especially on those times where you do have heavy flows and, by that point you just feel like you're wasting them even though you're not. I also didn't like the fact that I felt like, pads and tampons were also a way to ruin the environment. The deeper I'm getting into my own spirituality, I just want to try to help the earth as much as possible. And I felt like with me constantly using them and throwing them away that I was adding on to my carbon footprint, essentially. So I didn't like that. And I also don't like the fact that with regular pads and tampons, there's like so much chemicals that you're just absorbing down there. The bleach, chemicals, and all of that in your sensitive area, you're absorbing it into your body. And then you could be having breakouts and hormone imbalance and this, that, and a third. So I was not interested in continuing my lifestyle of my regular pads and tampons because I would use both sometimes or either or because I have a heavy flow. And I just felt like there had to be a better way. And I started actually researching, what are some alternatives? What were some things that our ancestors did? And then I found a good modern alternative that I wanted to talk about today, which is menstrual cups. Now, I do have one in me that I'm using right now. I am on my menstrual cycle, but I do have another one, an unused one that I can show you guys as I'm speaking of this. Okay, so this is not used. I do want to say first and foremost, again, this video is not sponsored. I'm just speaking about this, okay? I got my menstrual cup from Walmart. There's so many different types of cups these days, menstrual cups. You can buy them online or at Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens. That's where I have physically seen them in the store. It's just they're not as widely known and talked about as pads and tampons. So I do like that they're widely available now. I just don't feel like they're talked about enough. So let's talk about it. Like I said, there's lots of different brands, so please do your research because there's different shapes and stuff like that you can get. But the one I like to use is the Honey Pot company. I personally prefer this brand because the shape, my body seems to respond well. So this is what the cup I have. This is from the Honey Pot company, and there's different kinds of menstrual cups. So some of these are different shapes, they're different sizes so that they can hold a capacity. But let's first talk about the basics of a cup and how to use it, how do you take care of it, things like that. And feel free to comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to respond to those for you. So this is a menstrual cup, okay? At the bottom here, this is a stem. Now you can trim this stem down to your preference. What I have personally noticed is that I like to keep the stem on because if you have nails, you know, like acrylic nails or press-on nails, whatever, it might help you find the base of this, okay? But the principle of this is that what you would do is you would fold this, and there's different types of folds, but this is my favorite. It's called the C type, the C fold. You just kind of push it down, and that's called the C fold. That's just my preference. And then you slip it on inside like you would with a tampon. But this is made out of silicone, okay? I'm not sure if they're made out of different materials, but this is made out of silicone. Most that I have seen are made out of silicone. So if you have a silicone, you know, allergy, you might need to look into that. But there's so many different kind of brands. I would imagine you should find something. And what it is you fold this whatever way, put it up there, and this, the cup actually suctions to your cervix. So it's inside of you and it's collecting the blood instead of just absorbing it. And once you feel that it's full, because you'll kind of feel it inside, but normally I would say you could dump these like anywhere between every 6 to 10 hours. It just depends on what your flow is and that type of thing. That's really what it is. But I personally only have to dump mine like once a day. But if I'm on a really heavy flow, I'll dump it twice. But this is a size 1. There's size 1 and 2 with this brand. This is just the basic size. This holds up to 20 milliliters from the inside. There's a little, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like these little markings inside that can tell you how much blood is there, so you can actually learn more about your flow. But the thing is, that's what you do. You fold it, put it inside you, it suctions to you, and when it's time to come out, what you do is you don't pull on the stem. If you do that, it's gonna feel like you're pulling a plunger from the inside of you, and it's not gonna feel good. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's stuck, I don't know. So this is what you do, okay? Let's say it's suctioned in there and you're ready to take it out. So what you do is you want to break the seal of the suction so it can come out of you. So in my experience, I find it's best if you're either squatting or maybe you're sitting on the toilet, and what you do is you pinch the base. You could pinch the base and pull it out, or you could pinch and twist to break the seal, and then it come out. And what you do is you dump the blood in the toilet or in the shower, you rinse it out with some water, and then you can put it right back inside you. This is reusable. They do have silicone, they do have menstrual cup washes. I have one I can show you guys. Okay, so this is from a different brand, but I like to use the cup that they have, the cup solution. This is from Salt. I actually bought this one specifically from Amazon because at the time Walmart didn't have any in stock when I was buying 2 of these of my favorite brand. So I bought this one online on Amazon, and it just says cup wash salt. To be honest with you guys, I feel like if you're just to use any type of silicone sex toy, like cleaning solution, I feel like it should work with this because this is silicone, and long as it's safe to use with silicone, you should be fine, because you got to remember, you don't want to use like Dawn or heavy detergents that's filled with fragrances, because then those chemicals will absorb into the menstrual cup, and then you're putting it inside you, and then it's that whole toxic cycle again. So make sure you're using a solution that is safe for your menstrual cup, if not specifically for it. Yeah, so just be careful of that. But the way you want to take care of this, you know, in between use, because you won't always have to use this when you're not bleeding, you know. So the way I like to say to use this is wash it first with, either soap or your cup solution, but be mindful, okay? When you're done washing it, boil this. I like to do both. I like to, put, maybe have your own designated pot, for this. But what you do is, after you're done washing it, you want to put it in some hot water, let it boil for like 10 minutes, and then let it cool off, and then you're good. But keep in mind, you guys, I don't know if you can see this, there's tiny holes in this, okay? So the holes will help you break the suction when you're trying to take it out. That's kind of why it's there. But when you're cleaning it, make sure you pour water in the cup and you dump it out. But you also want to fill the cup up, and then maybe, this is what I like to do in the shower, okay? I'll fill the cup up with water, I'll put it in my palm, and then I'll squeeze it so that water can come out of the little holes. That way it's not hoarding in bacteria and blood, because that's nasty. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're washing this completely before you're re-putting it in and in between uses. When I'm using this while I'm on my menstrual cycle, I will use the cup solution. Not every time. Sometimes just hot water works fine, especially if it's not that heavy of a flow. But I'll just use water and then put it up in there. But after I'm done using it after my cycle, and I'm not going to be wearing this for a while, I will definitely boil this. I will wash this and boil this. So like I said, the great alternative with menstrual cups is that, you can wear it and this will last for years. I was shocked to learn that. I'm like, ew, but yeah, this can last up to 10 years. A menstrual cup by itself, this specific cup only cost me $19.99 in the store, and I bought 2 of them. But there's also different brands, so keep that in mind. Some menstrual cups, they'll have like a little handle that can help you pull. Some are longer, some have trimmable stems, some are not trimmable, like they're on there. There are some that are longer in different shapes. Some look like bells, like they're wide. Just keep in mind, whatever cup you decide to use, you want to be comfortable. In my experience, I bought like a cheap alternative, like a cheap menstrual cup. I bought a cheap menstrual cup from Amazon, and the shape of it was big, so it can hold a big flow. But in my personal experience, I was getting like Bartholomew cyst. I think that's how you say it. And it was very painful. So in my experience, the Honey Pot Company was a good alternative for me, because my body did not get any of those cysts. I wasn't in any pain or anything like that. So keep in mind, like, you really want to pay attention to the shape. But the different shapes and sizes is all about what's comfortable inside of you and what's the capacity you want to hold. But that's how you use it, you guys. You find, you clean it properly, wash it and then sanitize it. And then you want to fold it in a way that's comfortable for you. Let it slip inside. Eventually it will open up and suction to you. When you're ready to clean it, you pinch the base, or pinch and twist, whatever, depending on you. Rinse it out and put it right back in. So to me, this is a great alternative. I love that I can just reuse it and wash it. I have 2 because, when I'm not using one and I might need an extra one or whatever, so just to spare. But yeah, I love menstrual cups. I really do. I don't think I'll ever go back to tampons, truly. If you're worried about like them smelling after a while or anything like that, when you are sanitizing it, you can add like a little bit of vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, to the water, boil it, take it out, let it cool off, and then you're fine. That's what I find works. But yeah, so feel free to comment down below if you have any questions about menstrual cups. Like I said, this video is not sponsored. I just feel like if you're trying to find a healthier alternative for your body, this might be best ideal for you. So thank you guys for watching, and blessed be.